So as we gradually move up, the density of the layer of air decreases. So at the particular height it reduces to 0. So air has mass, so it exerts force on the earth's surface on different objects. This force acting per unit area is called as atmospheric pressure. So the earth is surrounded by a layer of air up to a certain height, and this layer of air is called atmosphere. As we gradually move up, the density of the layer of air decreases. At particular height it reduces to 0. Air has mass, so it exerts force on the earth's surface and on different objects. This force acting uh, on unit area is called as atmospheric pressure. So atmospheric pressure is nothing but the weight of the air column in unit area. The weight of the air column in unit area we call it as atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure decreases as we go up the atmosphere, go up in the atmosphere. So as we go up in the atmosphere, atmospheric pressure decreases because whatever the weight of the air column will reduce. The SI unit of atmospheric pressure is same as pressure, that is Pascal. The pressure inside our body is equal to the atmospheric pressure. So we are not crushed because of this air pressure. Okay, clear. uh, Let me explain it once again. The atmospheric pressure: the earth is surrounded by the layer of air up to a certain height, and this layer of air is called the atmosphere. So as we gradually move up, the density of the layer of the air decreases. At particular height it reduces to 0. So air has mass, so it exerts pressure on the surface of the earth. So this force acting on unit area is called atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure is the weight of air in the column of unit area. So atmospheric pressure is the weight of air in the column of unit area. See, let me show it how exactly it is. So this is the a picture that says earth is surrounded by atmosphere and it is exerting pressure on the surface of the earth. You can see these arrows shows that the force, whatever the pressure exerted on the earth. So here, what is atmospheric pressure? The pressure exerted by the weight of the atmosphere, that is weight of the air column. So you can see this at the top of the atmosphere. So weight of the air in the column applies a pressure to a point x. So if this is the surface of the earth, you can see x. So that is the point where the pressure of the air column is exerted. So this is what we call it as atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure may be measured using barometer. So barometer is the device used to measure atmospheric pressure. So atmospheric pressure decreases as we go up in the atmosphere. Its SI unit is Pascal. The pressure inside our body is equal to the atmospheric pressure outside. So whatever the pressure inside our body will is same as the atmospheric pressure outside. So we are not crushed because of this air pressure. So you might ask me a question like, if there is if air is having some weight, why we are not crushed? So the reason is the pressure inside our body is equal to the atmospheric pressure outside. So we are not crushed, so because of this air pressure. Clear? So whatever the pressure in our body is same as the atmospheric pressure, so it balances. So that is the reason we will not be crushed. So this is about pressure exerted by liquids and gases and atmospheric pressure. Hope you have understood. So now let us understand what is impulse. Okay, so before understanding impulse, you need to know about momentum. Okay, what is momentum? So you can see from the definition, momentum is the product of the mass and velocity. So P is equal to m into V. The product of mass and velocity we call it as momentum, where P is for momentum and m is the mass and v is the velocity. So remember, momentum is a vector quantity. It has the same direction as that of the velocity. Okay, just remember these points. This you will be learning in 9th standard. But for the foundation, you will have these equations. Okay, so just remember these equations and also definition. So momentum is the product of mass and velocity of an object, that is P is equal to m into V, P is the momentum, m is the mass, and v is the velocity. So and momentum is a vector quantity, and direction of momentum is same as the direction of velocity. And we have a derivation for impulse. So let us derive. We know that force is mass into acceleration. From Newton's second law, we know that force is mass into acceleration, that is F is equal to m into a, where m is the mass and a is the acceleration. And we have also know that from first equation of motion, that is v is equal to u plus at. So this is the first equation of motion. Just know these equations, don't worry about from where it has come, just know these equations, that is v is equal to u plus at. So a is equal to v minus u divided by t. If you rewrite this equation, we will get in this format, that is a is equal to v minus u divided by t. Okay, so now we substitute for a, like from f is equal to ma. Here a is there in the first equation, so for this a we substitute a is equal to v minus u divided by t. So we will be getting f is equal to m into v minus u by t. Okay, so multiplying t on both sides. So in this equation, if we multiply t on both sides, so the equation will become f into t is equal to tt will get cancelled, so m into v minus u vu. Okay, so that is f into t is equal to m into v minus u. This we can say it as impulse, that is I is equal to f into t. So I is equal to f into t, or that is nothing but m into v minus u. So you know that from this equation p is equal to m into v. Okay, here you can see the same thing, that is m into v minus u. So v is also initial final velocity, u is initial velocity. So v minus u is change in velocity, so m into change in velocity. So we can say that as change in momentum. So f into t is equal to m into v minus u is nothing but change in momentum. So impulse is nothing but change in momentum. Is it clear? Impulse is nothing but change in momentum. So see what what exactly impulse is. So when a large force acts on a body for short interval of time, the change in linear momentum of the body is called as impulse. When a large force act on a body for small interval of time, so the change in linear momentum of the body is called as impulse. Clear? So for example, kicking a football. So when you kick a football, the large amount of force is applied on football. So this large force acts on a body for short interval of time, so this changes the linear moment. So the change in linear momentum of the body is called as impulse. So what is impulse? Impulse is when a large force acts on a body for short interval of time, the change in linear momentum of the body is called as impulse. So impulse of a force is a product of force and time interval during which it acts. So you can see from this equation, impulse is nothing but it is the product of force and time. So the product of force and time is nothing but impulse, that is I is equal to f into t. So example for impulse, a batsman hitting a cricket ball and hitting the head of the nail with a hammer. So here hitting the head of the nail with a hammer, that is you are applying large force. So large force acting on a body for short interval of time. So hitting a head of a nail with an hammer is one example, and hitting a cricket ball is another example. So you are applying a large force on the ball for short interval of time, so this will change the linear momentum of the body. So this is what we call it as impulse. Clear?